Always ego calculates the previous. You tell, okay, yesterday or last week same day or last year or previous quarter or anything, always it will go back. Today it will calculate accumulative or cumulative. So easy way to understand. Ego means always previous. To date means always cumulative. I'll show an example how this ego means, maybe to make you technically understand. Say for example, I have select emp dot star. If you want to know previous salary or a previous employee number of every current, so this is generally, here we are not dealing with the periods, dates, but if you have a date, you can say order by of the date, I can go back. So here, again this is one of the analytical function. This is the current employee number. I have taken the employee numbers in order. I want to display previous employee number. Being as a first employee, okay, there is no previous, null. So this is the second employee. The previous employee of this guy is this. So always it will show. Or even I can take, if you want to display always previous employee salary. Okay, 900, no. Okay, this guy is a current. Previous employee salary is 900. So like this, generally previously or ego means always going back. So that criteria. So whether you want to take order by of something and then always take the previous, all these are all part of SQL. But in OBIEE, to make these kind of things in a very effective way based on the dates, the first thing is you have to tell OBIEE that out of all these dimensional hierarchies, since ego, to date and all, they are going to calculate at date levels information. So you have to tell that out of these all these hierarchies, which is the dimensional hierarchy will have the dates related information. So this is all hierarchies only. Okay, and out of all these hierarchies, what is the hierarchy which contains dates related information? So dates is a special compared to all other dimension, because dates is a standard. You will have a date, month, week, quarter, year and all that stuff. Okay. So to indicate OBIEE that out of all these hierarchies, this particular dimension is going to contain date related information or time related information. So go to that hierarchy and select this hierarchy as a time. You can have only one hierarchy as a time in entire, because you can have only one dimensional or one dimension for date. You will not have 100 or anything, because date is common across globe. Date is one. You have a date, month, week, quarter, everything is there. So first go and choose out of all these hierarchies, what is the hierarchy is going to have dates related information, and I am choosing this as a time. Immediately other things will be disappeared, and then say okay. Now once you select the hierarchy as a time, that is the date related, when you save you will get some warnings. This is also one question. None of the levels in the time dimension. So you have selected this as a time, means the date dimension. Immediately OBIEE recognized it, and it says that there is no chronological key. Whenever you select a hierarchy as a time date, we have to select one of the level as a chronological key. Okay, so what is the difference you see whenever you select any level? So now I am selecting a level which is a branch dimension, normal dimension. Okay, these are the properties, and if you see the keys, what are the properties we have here? Key name and description, some use for display is there. But when you double click any level of a time series dimension, you will see one option extra. What is this? Chronological key. Always you have to select a level key as a chronological key. In entire dimension table or a hierarchy, what column can uniquely help you to understand your previous and future dates? Example, I have some dates. Okay, I have given you 2014 and quarter Q1. Okay, if I give you this quarter Q1 and then 2014, can you tell me last year month for this particular? I just gave some quarter and then 2014, and I am looking for last year. Okay, for this particular whatever we have last quarter information, or and I have given a quarter only, and I am looking for previous quarter information. Can I get, I have given you Q1 only, that's all, and I am looking for previous quarter. Can we get the previous quarter? What is the previous quarter? Previous quarter also Q1. Our previous quarter is Q4, anything. But can we get exactly the previous quarter? We cannot get, because Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 will be there in every year. I have 5 years data. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 will be there in all the years. If you are looking for Q4, let's say previous quarter is Q4. If you go and search for Q4, Q4 will be there in 5 years. But which year quarter you want? That information you cannot get it. That's why chronological key means in a date dimension or a table, which column can help you to bring all the associated previous informations. Most commonly, what is the column which can help is date. Okay, in other way, in your time dimension, what is the primary key column is generally your chronological key. Sometimes it's slightly different also, that's why I'm not defining as a primary key should be a chronological key. But in a meaning, a column which can help you to easily associate your previous and future dates. Okay, that column you have to select as a chronological key. So in this case, date. I am selecting date as a chronological key. If I give you date, you can get previous date, current date, last year, last quarter, last month, future quarter, future month, future year, everything, because from the date you can get every information. Okay, so that's why the second, to prepare time series calculation, first define your hierarchy as a time series and select chronological key, which is a mandatory. So then part 1 is done. Then I need to go for calculation. So this is a regular measure, sum of the quantity. Okay, what always I want to do is, whenever I select this column along with one particular period, I want to create one more measure. Whenever I select that measure, always it should show me previous year total quantity. If I select the year and then sum of quantity, it will show quantity related to that year. But I want to create a measure. If I select that, it will show previous year quantity. So generally, why do we need all the previous? For comparison. Last year to this year, how much percentage of the increase in the revenue? last quarter to this quarter, what is the percentage of the revenue increase? That is a percentage I want to do and show in a chart. So this will give you example. Already have this information, order year, and if I select it, you will get it. Sum of the quantity. Okay, if I create this report, right side I want to display what is the total quantity of previous year. I don't know which year it belongs to. So here it is 2007. So here I want to display what is the previous year total sales. Here I want to display 2007 sales. Being 2007 is the first year, we don't have a 2006 data, so blank. 2009 means previous year 2008. This all previous day or previous year revenue I want to display here, units, so that I can do calculation of the comparison, increase or decrease or anything. Okay. So this to perform, now we can leverage some extra functions which are available in OBIEE. So it is very tough if we want to calculate it. If you want to normally calculate it the previous, okay, it will be very tough in a normal SQL and also in OBIEE. So I can use, okay, I am just copy pasting this column because it is the one I am looking. Okay, in this column, generally I am not even looking for level. The level means level based measure. Always it will calculate at particular level. But here I am going to back. So normal column is this, and now this is the revenue normal column. So I am going to select derived. So here I am doing a logical calculation. Okay, all the time series calculations which I am going to do, I am going to do in a logical calculation only. Here bottom. And go here. Whenever you create time series function or time series hierarchy, whenever you select by selecting time, immediately whatever dimension has been identified by as a time series, okay, you'll see time dimension. Okay, this is the time dimension. What are the levels you have, that you can see. Before, with selecting time series, if you come here, it will not show any dimension here. As usual, you will see everything, but if you select time dimension, it will be blank if you don't select time series option in a hierarchy. And if you go to functions here you will find out some functions related to time series here. This is the functions we are referring now using. They are all common functions you will get in SQL also. These functions are specially designed in OBIEE only, not specific to any RDBMS. So these are all ego, period rolling and Todate. These are the three functions. So here I am going to do now calculation. So what is the calculation? We have sum of the quantity already, where it is there in the revenue matrix. For the sum of quantity, I want to go previous, along with whenever you are looking date wise, okay, and I want to always go back year. That is what I am going to do. So to do that, I am going to select time series function here. Ego always will take you back. Okay, that's why just double click this ego and you will have three parameters. One is measure, level, and then number of periods. So measure means for which measure you want to go back and calculate. Okay, whether it is a sum of quantity or sum of unit cost, it can be of your choice, any level. So I am going and selecting this calculation you already done, and for this particular measure I want previous. So select here and then double click average, sum of quantity. For this quantity only I want to go back I want to see. Now, this is the measure I want to calculate. Level means the ego always take you back only, but you want to go 1 year back, 1 quarter back, or 1 day back, or 1 month back, or 2 years back, or 2 quarters back. So here I am selecting, I want to go 1 year back, means year back. So what is year actually? In time series, year is one level. So I am going to select level, means always I want to go back year. If you want to go back half year, quarter, you select that level. Now the last is number. How many back you want to go? You want to go 1 year back, or 2 years back, or 3 years back. So that number you have to choose. I am selecting 1 year back. Means always whenever I select this column, it will always show the 1 year back data. If you select in place of this date year, if you select day, always it will show the 1 day back total. Okay, so now I am looking for year. I am okay with this one. Say okay. So this is a physical, this is a logical calculation. Okay, means it is dependent on this. For this, it will always take the back 1 year, back 1 year, and then I am bringing this column to this particular column, physical presentation layer. This one, sum of quantity, year wise. I am going back here. 1 year back. So now you are in 2014. You want to see 2000 year only, 2013 or 2012, because all are years only, 1 year back or 2 years back. This is a normal one, and this is the previous year. So then, if everything goes fine, it should show. So 2007, okay, is the current year. We are seeing year wise, and previous year, since we do not have any data, blank. 2008, this is the actual one. But the previous year to 2008 is 2007. It will get this information and then display, calculate and display over here. 9 before this, 2010, okay, before 2009, and 2011, okay, there is no data for 2011, but before 2011, who is 2010, but 2010 data we have, so that's why you will see 2010 and no blank over here. So this calculation, okay, always you will do. So generally you have to write analytical functions if you want to do this again in SQL. So here it will take care of. So now in this calculation, to do your calculating what is the previous for every record, chronological key is going to play key role here. You don't need to worry, but when you are choosing chronological key, always select lower level granular column as a chronological key. In other way, key column, primary key column in a dimensional hierarchy, you select as a chronological key. But in a normal modeling terminology, you can say lower level granular column you select as a chronological key. Lower level granular means it is almost primary key. A column which further you cannot break up. You take region. In the region you will have countries. If you take countries, within that you will have cities. If you take cities, there will be inside some branches. Within the branches you will have customers. Customers further I cannot split. Customer number is one only. I cannot break up the customer number. So that is called generally lower level granularity or lower level granular column. Typically primary key. So it will help you to calculate all previous, future, everything. And in the same way, if you want previous month or previous quarter or anything, you can just replace here with that particular level, and how many back you want, you can select it. So now in the same way, I have one more column which is called to date. So this is nothing but a cumulative sum. Okay, so cumulative sum means again analytical functions only. So I am selecting all the employee numbers. I want to display one after one, sum of all above. That is generally cumulative. So 900, 1600. So this 2 is this 3 is this 4 is this. If I remove this order by, it will become a level based measure, total sum. So since we have put order by in the employee number order, it will take previous sum. But if I don't keep order by, it will become a whole sum. That anyway we have seen it. Okay. So here also, when I am creating the reports, I want to find out and have here okay, I want to display this cumulative sum, okay, overall, okay, 2004 is this much. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. So I want to, when I am doing this calculation, quarter 1, sum of these 2, sum of these 3, sum of these 4, like this. In the report, if you want to do this cumulative sum within every department, so now it is keep continue, okay, 900 all continuously. But if you want to do this cumulative sum within every department only, so this cumulative sum, these are all department 10s. It will start from here, sum of about this, sum of about 3 is this. Since this is a new department number, okay, it will start reset the numbering, okay, and 900, and the second is this, and second is this, and the second is this, second is this. This is how it is going. So this is also cumulative sum, but resetting for every department number within the department number. So these kind of things we can do using the Todate function. So I am going to again duplicate this column, rename it. I can create new column, rather than creating I am just duplicating. So don't see any inner meaning of duplicating. There is absolutely nothing in duplicating. Just to, rather than right clicking, creating a new column, I am just duplicating. Because I am writing my own derivation, I am not using anything of this one. I am writing the complete new derivation only. So to quickly create a new column, I am just selecting as a duplicate. There is no inner meaning. Okay, so I'm just selecting this one, derived from again because logical calculation I'm doing. Same thing will be there, and I can go to time series functions. This time I'm choosing to date. So to date is very simple. Measures, for which measure you are planning to calculate. And the level, up to which level. So I am going to logical table here, time series dimension. So this is the hierarchy which you have selected as a time series, and then select here. So always here this will start from here only. Remember, there is no grand total. So means overall sum is not possible here. Okay, it will always do at year level only. So this is since we are doing at every year level, means we will be resetting this total sum in every year block. So being is one quarter in this particular year, whatever is there same. 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters in 2008. This is the quarter level sum, and this is going to be cumulation of this particular number 347. Okay, sum of these two is this, sum of these three is this, sum of these four is this. Okay, and when you click one more, let's say even if I select next quarter you will have month. So in the quarter we have only 1 month. So same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, everything starting from here to till this particular number, you will say cumulation. And since it is a new year, it will start, this is the beginning of the year, and then it will start making the cumulative sum. Okay, so this is to date or cumulative sum, okay, to particular any level whichever. If you want to do cumulative sum within the quarter, select quarter, it will reset the numbers from year to year. Whenever there is a new quarter starts, and then it will start taking the new number and accumulate. So this is called to date, generally till date calculation, cumulative sum, all are same. And lastly, there is something called period rolling. It is something introduced newly in this one. So irrespective of the time date calculations, period rolling will take you to the period rolling itself is cumulation only. What is missing in the till date function or to date function is, say I have some numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, some numbers are there. Always I can go sum of previous only. Cumulation sum is this. Sum of these three, sum of these three, sum of these three. But sometimes you may want to choose sum of previous two only, or sum of future two only, or sum of previous two and future two. So now you take any record. This is the current record. How many previous records? So now I want to take previous to sum, or I want to take future to sum, display here. Example here is, this is a current record. So sum of these three is 16. I may want to do this, or I may want to do this one. It is a 23. Or I may want to do previous to current and then future to. That is a 32. You may want to choose anything. Cumulative sum will only, that to date function will only take previous. But you may want to do something else also, future. This is newly introduced in the 11. Okay, and it will not depend on the dates. Based on the records which have previous record sum, future record sum, or previous future sum. All that putting together you can do. So this is one, or this is one, or you want this one. You can choose anything using period rolling. I'll just duplicate this one. So measure as usual on which column you want to calculate this, and I'll just choose this measure as so starting period offset, ending period offset. Always current record, okay, wherever you are displaying that output, that is a current record. So the bold one is a current. Every record is a current record at that moment. And previous records if you take, okay, starting offset period means how many previous record, ending offset period means how many. So always current record position will be considered as a 0, and being considering current record as a 0, how many previous you want, how many future you want. Okay, starting offset period, say for example I want to say previous 2 records. Okay, and then up to current record only if you want, you select ending period as 0. This will give you previous to current records. Previous to records including current record up to this port. This will give you this one. And if you want future only 2, so select current period as a 0. Means you are starting from 0 means current record, and you say 2. This will take you this. But if you want both previous and future, you select starting offset period as 2 and ending offset period as 2. So here you have to say minus all for always previous ones. Okay, you can say the numbers whatever you are choosing, previous and future being current. And if you are restricting it to only to this only, so say 0 and then position is 2. This answer for this is -2, 0. For this one 0, 2, and for this one -2 and 2. And just select this one over here. So this will be nothing related to time series, and you can choose anything, but still I'll select. Mostly this is preferred for dates only. That's why. Okay, current including current previous to and future to, and this one future to, this one future to. So starting from this is the actual data you have. Okay, but you all for everything you also selected future to also. So this will become future for this one. Okay, this two will become future for this one. So that's why it is starting from here. But if you see actual data started from here. Okay, previously to null and future to. You take any record, previous to and future to including this record will be here. So this is something. So mostly kind of a jumbling. Okay, current and previous to and future to, or current previous to only, or future to only, or both you want. So this is what time series. But very useful ones in a reporting, because very common high level dashboards generally they ask based on the periods only. It's very common in the sales and everywhere. Most preferred report of the CEOs is this kind of comparison, current previous. Every time when you see in the newspaper, whenever in the quarter end results you will see current future percentage increase or decrease. For all this we need a time series calculation only. Okay, so this is what time series, and we will get into new topic. And yeah, but future you are selected too, right? In that case, zero will be here. No, no. If you don't select future, if you don't select future, it will say zero. Yeah, that you will see in a reporting side. That is a different story. If something blank, okay, you can select. But representing zero is something wrong from the representation point of view. Means when I put zero there, you are saying that in quarter two sales is zero, but actually there is no data. So it will give a some confusing meaning. Your manager may think that in quarter two we are run the business, but it is zero. But here it is actually data is not available. That is the actual meaning over there. Okay. So one thing, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I am not going to be here. I am going for a Big Data IBM conference. I am presenting a seminar. I have two options. One is you can wait for 2 days, or I will ask Sunil to take not this RPD reporting classes. Reporting will be very easy one. 2 days I'll ask him to take not RPD, the report development and all. This is very easy. I'll ask him to take it without making you wait. He's also working. Anyway, I will recap it later, just not to waste your time. I'm just saying. Reporting is okay. That should not be any problem. Reporting, not this part. This part, how to create a report, color changes. That is all basic things only. Okay.